Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to take a look at a couple of bits of what is probably e-waste. I've got a flash here that is refusing to work. There's no life in it despite putting a couple of different sets of batteries in, a camera light that is pretty obsolete, and a microphone that has that's not functioning. So let's put these two together. I'm going to start with this light here. This is the sort of thing that you would have used back in the day on a VHS or Video 8 camera to give yourself enough light to be able to see. That sort of camera was really reliant on light. So let's take it apart and see what's inside it. Oh, there we go. So we'll start off here. There's a piece of frosted glass. Behind here, there's a couple of halogen light bulbs. No LEDs in this, eh? Oh, that one's blown up. Looks like a reflector. Okay. A bit of movement on the inside of this. I don't know quite why. Okay. Couple lamp holder and a bracket. Let's take the back off it. I believe these works off various different types of battery. Okay, let's have the back off it. So when we open this up, we've got the shoe that's come off in our hands, a power socket and a switch. I'm just going to cut the wire into the switch for simplicity. Okay. So there's a power jack there that it says I could put 6-volt DC into. Okay, set the rest of these out. A lot of heat sinking in here, of course, because of being halogen lamps. So what we got on the back of here? So on the back of here, we've got two neutrals going directly to the neutral terminal. A couple of lives here that would have gone off to the switch. A live speed to the switch and two going to the power in terminal. So when you put power to this on the power in terminal, it looks like it would have made the made it live. It would have made the battery terminals live. So on the back of the power switch, I've just noticed there's quite a hefty diode. So when you've got it in one of the power setting low, it would have put a small amount. It would have put a small amount of power to the other lamp. Maybe I can't test it; it doesn't work. Well, I hope that was interesting. That's what's inside a light. Let's take the other bits apart next. Right, so the next victim in my reign of destruction is a Banbridge microphone. This is the sort of thing that you might have had on your camcorder to improve the audio, vaguely. I'm going to keep the cable. Now, I can't see any fixings to take it apart, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull that off. Oh, there's some screws here, look. Let's take them out. This apparently is meant to produce two patterns, so to do that it should have two microphones to give a counselling effect, and it actually has a front and a back microphone. They listen to the difference. Oh, there we go. Wow. Oh, that's why it didn't work. It's like corrosion on the battery. That's what's inside it. That's actually a lot more than I expected. Some sort of little amplifier and cancellation. These, even when they work, were awful. Two little microphones, condenser style microphones. They're not really. And this switch changes the pattern apparently. And I'd say it changes the pattern by linking in different bits of the circuit. It's not. Yeah, so the one at the front does a closer, and then it uses the back one for a wider range. Yeah, there we go. Interesting. Next up, a flash. This won't work. I've changed the batteries in it, and it's just not having it. So let's take it apart. I'm not sure how it comes apart. I'm going to apply the remove all the screws method. Some screws in here on the shoe. When you put the batteries in, I'm not hearing the system charging or anything like that. So it's totally dead. Quite a bit of wiring there on that shoe. This lens, this must have some sort of level of intelligence in it. I don't think it's the most, the cleverest of things. One minute. Just back you out a bit. There's a sticker in the middle there. And another one here. There we go. Now I was wondering if I could get this apart and back together and repair it. I'm not totally convinced that's going to happen. I'll take some more screws out. Oh, okay. Do you reckon they put screws under them? No, I don't. Oh, hang on. Wow. There we go. So there's your charging circuit. This is some sort of control circuit, but this is the charge circuit. Now, I don't see a dirty great big capacitor in here. So I'm wondering, it must be in the flash head. Let's try yamming some power down it off a power supply rather than batteries. I'm just going to have a look, see what I've got this set at. Eight. Yeah, we'll give it a try. So let's have a look at the switches on here. Look at these. There's a switch here. This one here is the on-off switch. That's the one that tells us it's ready under there. I'll put that on manual and leave that there. So let's just try putting some power to it and see if it was a battery connector issue. Okay, right, so yeah, we were going to put some power on this and see what happened. Oh, hang on a second. I have a light on that I didn't have before. Oh, see that? Actually working. Very, 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 very slow to charge. I say it's, you know, it is very slow. Wow. So, does that mean we had a battery connector problem? I'm not going to bother trying to put this back together because, in all honesty, the charge rate of that flash is diabolically low. Look, there's the capacitor. But I am wondering if or what we could do anything with this, whether we could get it to make a nice spark or something. Ah, look, more screws. Doesn't want to come apart. Come on. The other side's come apart. The screws will come out the other side. There we go. I tell you what, that's an amazingly slow flash charge. Just thinking about being very careful with this, actually. Okay, there's the flash. This is the flash system here. So we've got on here the igniter. So it's 500 volt, 330 volt at 500 UF. You see the flash tube is literally wired across the capacitor. This extra ring here is the igniter. That's what strikes the flash. The high voltage is being generated here, fed into the capacitor. So if we 350 volts, If we connect a multimeter to this, we should be able to actually witness it charging up. Let's give it a go. It's red and black here. And I'll wedge that under there, look. So it looks like they've fitted a couple of resistors to discharge it in event of the flash not being used. Okay, let's put some power to this. Let me see the meter. Now, what I can tell you is that that is charged. 300 volts. That bit I don't know what I managed to touch. Okay, so it doesn't need the power on to actually to fire the flash off. Let's put this back onto here. I know I do not want to get my fingers onto that. Okay. You can see there the voltage going up to 300 volts. Let's try and get a flash. I've shut the lens right down. You can't even see it, can it? What I take away is when this flash is here, I can actually feel heat on my fingers. So on the flash here, this switch appears to switch between the various different contacts on here, which probably refer to different cameras. This is an ISO setting, so it may vary the amount of flash. I've not seen any difference in the voltages. Maybe it's the flash time, but you can get the flash to fire by linking out on here. As I say, it's a very, 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 very slow flash to charge. You know, and I think I've got a Canon speed light, and that thing, the speed that thing charges at is like bang, 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 bang. This, it's just slow. Okay, let's get a read off this. Look at that. 360 volts. A full charge. Fire it. And that's it charging up, look. 200, 220, 250, 300. Okay, so we're getting 350 volts. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire it. I'm going to put this switch to the other end, which is the ISO switch. Let's see if there's any variation in the voltage. So it's pretty much do the same. And change that switch, a couple of switches. See if that does anything. $350 again. you can see there, you can see the voltage just creeping up through each of the ranges. Now, this is a 330 volt capacitor this is going into. See how quickly it drops off. There's no discharge circuit on that, is there? Because that's holding that. Okay, so it won't fire unless the switch is turned on. Okay, right. 500 UF. Half a farad. So 500 microfarads. It's not much energy, but you wouldn't want to cop hold of it. But that's what's inside a flash. That is what makes an old school photographic flash work. Obviously, I don't want to touch the ends of that. I'm not going to try and expose the tube because this is an arc, and one of the things with this being an arc is it spits ultraviolet light out, and we don't want to play with that. Let's take that off here. Unlike a lot of other bits I've just gone through and thrown away, I'm going to keep hold of this, I think, and have a think to see if we could use the circuit for anything, or we could do anything with it. You know, there is some rather interesting electronics in here. You've got the actual circuits that trigger it, and even those, that voltage is generated by a small coil inside another coil that just spikes using one of these capacitors. I don't know why there's two sets, and I'm not sure what that's doing. Maybe that this is charging something, I don't know. It's interesting. Well, thank you for watching. Well, thank you for watching that. I hope you enjoyed that and seeing me dismantling this old flash. This is going to come back at some point in time and do something with it. Maybe I might try and drive some neon lights off it or something. We'll see. But if you can hit the bell icon, the subscribe and the other bits and pieces, I'd appreciate. And have a look at some of the other videos. Thank you.